Welcome to World of Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from the 1940s is more than a small piece of copper, it is a window into an era of change, struggle, and hope in America. Holding a penny from this decade is like holding a piece of history in your hand. It is a coin that traveled through millions of pockets, wallets, and cash registers, and yet some of them survived in astonishing condition, waiting decades for a collector to discover their hidden story. In the 1940s, the world was in turmoil. The early part of the decade saw the lingering effects of the Great Depression, and the United States entered the Second World War. The economy shifted, families adapted, and the very fabric of daily life changed. Every coin minted during this time witnessed those stories quietly. The 1940s wheat penny carries Lincoln's enduring portrait on the obverse, a symbol of strength, integrity, and stability during uncertain times. The reverse design features the famous wheat stalks, representing prosperity and growth, ideals that Americans longed for during those tumultuous years. But beyond the obvious design, these coins hide a world of subtleties, errors, and varieties that make them highly desirable to collectors today. They are not just currency, they are miniature artifacts of a complex, changing society. Each year of the 1940s brought its own unique characteristics. Coins from Philadelphia were minted without a mint mark, while Denver and San Francisco produced pennies with D and S mint marks respectively. Collectors focus not just on the date but also on mint marks because rare mint mark combinations or low mintage years can significantly increase value. For example, the 1943 copper pennies, extremely rare due to wartime steel issues, are legendary among collectors, but even regular 1940s wheat pennies carry subtle features that can make them valuable. One of the most fascinating aspects of 1940s pennies is the errors. Minting technology of the time, while advanced for its era, was still prone to mistakes. Repunched mint marks, where the D or S was punched twice into the die, create ghosted impressions that are highly collectible. Some of these doubled mint marks are dramatic and easy to spot, while others are subtle, requiring careful inspection. The thrill of finding a rare repunched mint mark in a collection is part of the excitement that makes collecting these coins so addictive. Another sought-after variety is the double die error. These occur when a die is misaligned during creation, causing letters or numbers on the coin to appear doubled. On 1940s pennies, doubling often appears on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. Strong double die examples are particularly desirable because they are instantly recognizable and show a fascinating flaw in the minting process. Coins with pronounced doubling often fetch premiums at auctions, as collectors know they are rare survivors from an era when quality control was far less automated than today. Die cracks and cuts are another area of collector fascination. Overused or damaged dies sometimes produced raised blobs of metal or cracks across the coin's surface. Every crack or cut is unique, making each coin a one-of-a-kind piece of history. Off-center strikes are equally intriguing, with some pennies missing significant portions of the design but retaining the date and essential features. These dramatic errors attract attention for their visual appeal and rarity, and they are particularly popular with new collectors who enjoy coins that immediately stand out. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the blank coin is accidentally missing, create another form of collectible variation. Some clips are small and barely noticeable, while others are dramatic, curving along the edge of the coin. Double clips, especially on 1940s pennies, are rare and highly valued. Lamination errors, where the copper surface peels or flakes due to impurities in the metal, also add a layer of uniqueness. Each lamination error tells a story of imperfect manufacturing conditions, yet each piece carries undeniable charm. The 1940s wheat pennies also vary greatly in condition. Many circulated heavily in show wear, but some survived in remarkable mint state red, retaining their original luster and sharp details. A well-preserved 1940s penny with brilliant copper-red surfaces and crisp details on Lincoln's face and the wheat stalks is a true gem for collectors. These coins connect us to a time when people handled money carefully, saving it in jars, envelopes, and coin albums. Beyond rarity and errors, these pennies are valued for the stories they carry. Think of the hands that held them: soldiers, factory workers, students, and families. Every scratch, every patina tells a story of circulation, commerce, and everyday life. That's what makes the 1940s wheat pennies so special. They are tangible pieces of history that can be held, studied, and appreciated today. That if you happen to have a 1940s penny tucked away in a drawer or a collection, it could be more valuable than you realize. That is why we encourage you to comment below about your coins. Share your dates, mint marks, or photos if possible. Our channel can help you determine if you have a rare error, a valuable high-grade example, or a common circulation piece. Collectors love discovering the hidden stories in coins, and your penny could be the next remarkable find. Now let's talk about the market value. Ordinary circulated 1940s wheat pennies usually sell for a few cents to a few dollars depending on condition. However, high-grade mint state red examples, dramatic errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, cuts, and clipped planchets have sold at auctions for more than $3,000 in words. Comment below with your coins so we can help you identify them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment, and don't forget to like the video so we can continue sharing the incredible stories of America's coins with collectors all over the world. Top 2. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1950 is more than just a small copper coin. It is a tangible piece of American history, a survivor from a time when the country was moving forward after the hardships of World War II, and families were striving to achieve the post-war dream. Holding this coin is like holding a tiny time machine in your hand, one that takes you back to a world filled with bustling cities, small-town diners, the hum of factories, and the hopeful steps of a nation rebuilding itself. Every 1950 wheat penny carries within it the silent stories of the hands that held it, the pockets it passed through, and the lives it touched. Imagine the year 1950. The United States was entering a decade of growth and prosperity, yet it was still shaped by the lessons of the Great Depression and the sacrifices of World War II. The economy was shifting, suburbs were emerging, and children played outside while the aroma of home-cooked meals filled the air. In all this, the penny was not merely money, it was a symbol of daily life, a coin that bought candy, stamps, newspapers, and hope. And the Lincoln Wheat Penny of this year stands out for collectors because it is the culmination of decades of the classic wheat design before the Lincoln Memorial reverse appeared in 1959. On the obverse of the coin, Abraham Lincoln's portrait looks calm, steadfast, and dignified. The word liberty stands to his left, and in God we trust arches above him, reminding collectors that this coin is more than a medium of exchange, it is a statement of values and history. On the reverse, the wheat stalks surround 1 cent, symbolizing growth and prosperity. The details in these wheat stalks, the smoothness of Lincoln's coat, and the shape of his features make the 1950 penny instantly recognizable and beloved by coin enthusiasts. The 1950 penny was minted in Philadelphia with no mint mark, in Denver with AD, and in San Francisco with an S. While billions were produced, the coin's appeal lies not just in mintage but in the subtle errors and rarities that make some examples stand out. These coins carry imperfections from the minting process that collectors search for relentlessly. One of the most popular varieties is the repunched mint mark, especially for the 1950D and 1950S pennies. Mint workers manually punched the letters into the dies, and sometimes the letter was struck more than once, slightly offset. This created a shadow effect, a faint, doubled letter lurking just beneath the main mint mark. Some examples are dramatic, visible to the naked eye, while others require careful inspection. These coins are highly prized because each repunch tells the story of the human touch in coin production. Another exciting feature is the doubled die. On some 1950 pennies, the date, Liberty, or I in God We Trust shows a subtle or strong doubling effect. These doubled dies occurred when the die itself was misaligned during the minting process. Coins with noticeable doubled dies are rare, highly collectible, and valued far above standard circulation strikes. A sharp double die in excellent condition is one of the most rewarding finds for any collector. Errors also play a major role in the 1950 pennies appeal. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, die breaks, cuds, and lamination errors all make each coin unique. An off-center strike occurs when the planchet shifts slightly before being struck, producing a coin with a portion of the design missing, sometimes just a few percent, sometimes as much as 30% or more. Clipped planchets, where part of the blank coin is accidentally missing, create curved or angled blanks that are visually striking. Double or triple clips make these errors even more exciting. Lamination errors happen when the surface layer of copper peels or flakes due to impurities in the metal, producing unique textures that collectors love. Die cracks and cuds, caused by broken or stressed dies, leave raised lines or blobs on the coin that add character and rarity. Collectors also chase high-grade mint state examples from 1950. A coin in brilliant red mint state, showing original luster with crisp details on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks, is extremely valuable. Most pennies were heavily circulated, rubbed in pockets, and lost their shine, but those few survivors that retained their original brilliance are the crown jewels for collectors. The appeal is not just monetary, it is the thrill of seeing the coin as it appeared the day it left the mint, decades ago. Beyond rarity and errors, 1950 pennies connect us to the lives of the people who used them. Soldiers returning from the Korean War, children saving in jars, families buying everyday essentials, each coin witnessed history, silently recording the passage of time. That is why these coins are more than collectibles, they are tangible history that can be held, studied, and appreciated. If you happen to own a 1950 penny, it is worth checking carefully. Hidden errors, rare repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, or high-grade red examples can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a remarkable find. That is why we encourage viewers to comment below about their coins. Share your dates, mint marks, or photos, and our channel will help you identify if you hold a rare or valuable piece. Discovering a hidden treasure is part of the thrill of coin collecting. Now for the value. Ordinary circulated 1950 wheat pennies usually sell for only a few cents to a couple of dollars depending on condition. But repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, dramatic errors, double dies, and high-grade mint state red coins have sold in auctions for more than $2,000 in words. Comment below with your coins so we can help you identify them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment, and don't forget to like the video to support our work and help collectors uncover the incredible stories hidden in coins from all over America. Top 3. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1952 is more than just a small copper coin, it is a symbol of America's post-war growth, a piece of history that quietly witnessed the lives of millions, and a treasure trove for collectors who know how to look closely. Holding a 1952 penny is like holding a snapshot of an era, a time when the nation was stepping confidently into a new decade, industry was booming, neighborhoods were expanding, and families were dreaming of a brighter future. Each coin from this year has traveled through countless hands, passed from pocket to pocket, and survived decades of circulation to tell its story to collectors today. The year 1952 came during a period of optimism and change. The United States was building new highways, cities were growing, and popular culture was beginning to thrive with the rise of television and music. In homes across the country, children played in the streets while pennies like this one were spent on candy, stamps, and small purchases, slowly accumulating value over time. This is the beauty of the Lincoln Wheat Penny. It is a coin that has lived a life beyond the mint, witnessing everyday moments that no history book can fully capture. The design of the 1952 penny is familiar and timeless. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, calm, dignified, and thoughtful, a reminder of leadership and resilience. The words "In God We Trust" arch above his head, and liberty stands boldly to the left. On the reverse, the classic wheat stalks surround 1 cent, symbolizing growth, prosperity, and the promise of a future built on hard work and determination. These details are especially important to collectors, as the condition and clarity of Lincoln's features and the wheat stalks can dramatically affect the coin's desirability and value. The 1952 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D, and San Francisco with an S. While Philadelphia produced the majority, coins from Denver and San Francisco are sought after for their variations and potential errors. Even though billions of pennies were struck, collectors know that subtle differences, unusual mint marks, and rare errors can transform a common coin into a highly desirable collectible point. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1952 penny is the repunched mint mark. On Denver and San Francisco coins, the D and S were hand-punched into the dies. If the punch was slightly misaligned and then corrected, a secondary shadow of the letter would appear underneath, creating a repunched mint mark variety. Some examples are subtle, while others are bold and easily visible, giving collectors a unique connection to the craftsmanship and imperfections of mid-20th century minting. Doubled dies are another fascinating area for collectors. On 1952 pennies, doubling can occur on the date, the word liberty, or the phrase "In God We Trust." These errors happen when the die itself is misaligned during creation, leaving a duplicated impression on the coin's surface. Dramatic doubled dies, especially when well preserved, are rare and can command significant premiums at auctions. The thrill of spotting doubling on a coin is part of the reason collectors remain passionate about the Wheat Penny series. Errors beyond doubling also add value and excitement. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, lamination errors, die cracks, and cuts all make 1952 pennies unique. An off-center strike happens when the planchet shifts before being struck, resulting in a portion of the design missing. Clipped planchets occur when the metal blank is improperly cut, leaving smooth curved or angled missing areas on the coin. Lamination errors appear when impurities in the metal cause the surface to peel or flake, creating a rugged and distinctive texture. Die cracks and cuts are caused by worn or broken dies, producing raised lines or blobs that add individuality to each coin. Beyond errors, the condition of the coin is crucial. Many 1952 pennies were circulated heavily, losing their luster and suffering wear, but some have survived in brilliant mint state red condition, displaying their original copper glow and sharp details. These mint state examples are extremely valuable because they preserve the coin as it appeared the day it left the mint. Collectors prize these survivors, as they represent the best examples of Lincoln's portrait and the iconic wheat design. The historical and emotional value of the 1952 penny is also significant. Every coin carries with it a story of everyday life: the hands of soldiers returning from service, children saving in jars, families making small purchases, and cash registers ringing across towns and cities. The coin serves as a tangible link to the past, connecting modern collectors with the people and experiences of a bygone era. It is this combination of history, rarity, and visual appeal that makes the 1952 wheat penny so captivating that if you have a 1952 penny in your possession, it is worth examining carefully. Hidden repunched mint marks, double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or high-grade mint-state examples can turn an ordinary coin into a remarkable find. That is why we encourage viewers to comment below with details about their coins. Share your mint mark, date, or photos, and our channel will help identify errors, rarities, and potential high-value pieces. Collectors love discovering the hidden history in their coins, and your penny could be the next exciting discovery. Now let's talk about the real-world market value. Ordinary circulated 1952 pennies typically sell for a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on condition. However, rare repunched mint marks, double dies, off-center strikes, and high-grade mint-state red coins have been sold at auctions for more than $2,000 in words. Comment below with your coins so we can help you identify them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment, and don't forget to like the video to support our work and help collectors uncover the incredible stories hidden in America's coins. Top 4. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1956 is more than just a simple copper coin. It is a small yet powerful window into the United States during the mid-1950s, a period filled with growth, optimism, and change. Holding a 1956 penny in your hand is like holding a piece of history that quietly witnessed the lives of millions, workers, children, families, and everyday Americans going about their lives in a post-war nation. Each coin has traveled through pockets, cash registers, and savings jars, surviving decades to now tell its story to collectors who know how to look closely. Imagine the United States in 1956. The country was booming, with suburbs growing rapidly, highways being built, and television becoming a household staple. Music and culture were evolving, while families sought to enjoy the prosperity that had returned after the trials of the war years. In all this, the Lincoln Wheat Penny circulated, small yet essential, connecting people through commerce and everyday life. Pennies like this one bought candy for children, stamps for letters, and small household goods, quietly forming the fabric of American daily life. The design of the 1956 penny is iconic. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait is calm and dignified, reflecting his lasting legacy. The words "In God We Trust" arch above, liberty stands boldly to the left, and the date 1956 is clearly struck on the right. On the reverse, the familiar wheat ears flank 1 cent, representing growth, prosperity, and the agricultural roots of the nation. The details on Lincoln's face, the texture of his coat, and the intricate lines of the wheat stalks are what collectors examine closely. These subtle details can make the difference between a common circulated coin and a rare, highly valuable example. The 1956 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia without a mint mark, Denver with a D, and San Francisco with an S. While Philadelphia produced the majority, coins from Denver and San Francisco are often more collectible because of their variations and potential rarities. Even with billions of pennies produced that year, collectors understand that subtle differences, mint errors, and high-grade survivors can turn a simple penny into a significant find. One of the most exciting features collectors look for on 1956 pennies is repunched mint marks. In Denver and San Francisco, the mint marks were hand-punched into the dies. Sometimes, the initial punch was misaligned, and the mint worker corrected it, leaving a faint or bold shadow of the original letter underneath. These repunched mint marks are fascinating because they showcase the human side of coin production and are often highly valued by collectors. Double die errors are also present in the 1956 pennies. Doubling can occur on the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust, depending on the die's alignment during production. Coins with noticeable double dies are rare, visually striking, and command premiums among collectors. The excitement of discovering a double die penny is unmatched, as it is a tangible connection to the minting process from over 6 decades ago. Errors beyond doubling also make 1956 pennies highly collectible. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet shifts during striking, creating a portion of the design missing. Clipped planchets happen when part of the metal blank is accidentally cut away, producing curved or straight-edge missing areas. Lamination errors, where the copper peels or flakes due to impurities in the metal, create unique textures. Die cracks and cuts, caused by broken or worn dies, produce raised lines or blobs, making each coin a one-of-a-kind artifact. Each of these errors tells a story about the minting process, adding to the coin's intrigue and collector value. Condition is another critical factor. Many 1956 pennies circulated heavily, showing wear, scratches, and fading. However, some survived in brilliant mint-state red condition, preserving their original copper glow. Mint-state examples display crisp details on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks, almost as if they just left the mint. These coins are highly prized because they allow collectors to see the coin as it was originally struck, decades ago. Beyond rarity and errors, the 1956 penny is valued for its historical significance. Each coin has passed through the hands of everyday Americans, soldiers returning from service, children saving in jars, families conducting daily commerce. It is a tangible link to a period of American life that is both nostalgic and historically significant. Collectors cherish the chance to hold a coin that has witnessed such stories and preserve them in metal. If you happen to own a 1956 penny, it is worth examining carefully. Hidden repunched mint marks, double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or high-grade mint-state examples can turn an ordinary coin into a remarkable find. That is why we encourage viewers to comment below with details about their coins. Share your mint mark, date, or photos, and our channel will help identify rare or valuable pieces. Discovering a hidden treasure is one of the most exciting experiences in coin collecting. Now let's discuss real-world value. Ordinary circulated 1956 pennies typically sell for a few cents to a few dollars depending on condition. However, rare repunched mint marks, dramatic off-center strikes, double dies, and high-grade mint-state red coins have sold at auctions for more than $2,000 in words. Comment below with your coins so our channel can help you identify them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment, and don't forget to like the video to support our work and help collectors uncover the incredible stories hidden in America's coins. Top 5. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1958 is a fascinating artifact from a transitional era in American history, a coin that quietly carried stories of daily life while connecting generations across time. Holding a 1958 penny is like holding a piece of America's mid-20th century, a token that witnessed the bustling post-war period, the rise of suburban neighborhoods, the birth of rock and roll culture, and a society that was beginning to embrace new technologies and opportunities. This small copper coin, seemingly ordinary, carries with it decades of history, craftsmanship, and potential rarity that excite collectors worldwide. Imagine the United States in 1958. Families were moving into newly built homes with modern appliances, children were playing outside as televisions flickered in the background, and the country was embracing innovation while cherishing tradition. The Lincoln Wheat Penny circulated quietly through this dynamic world, changing hands countless times, paying for small purchases, and often being saved for future use. Its value extended beyond simple currency. It became a symbol of stability, continuity, and the American spirit. The design of the 1958 penny is iconic. Abraham Lincoln's portrait graces the obverse, calm, dignified, and timeless. The words "In God We Trust" arch over his head, liberty stands proudly to the left, and the date 1958 is clearly struck on the right. On the reverse, the wheat stalks flank 1 cent, symbolizing growth, prosperity, and the agricultural heritage of the nation. For collectors, the quality of detail on Lincoln's features and the wheat stalks is crucial, as coins with sharper, crisper designs are far more desirable, especially when they have survived in exceptional condition for over 60 years. The 1958 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia without a mint mark, Denver with a D, and San Francisco with an S. While Philadelphia produced the largest quantities, Denver and San Francisco coins are often more collectible due to variations, lower mintages, and the possibility of errors that make each example unique. Even with billions of pennies produced, subtle differences in strikes, mint marks, and condition can significantly influence collector value. One of the most exciting aspects of 1958 pennies is the repunched mint mark. On Denver and San Francisco coins, the mint marks were hand-punched into the dies. If a mint worker's initial punch was misaligned and then corrected, a faint or bold shadow of the original letter could appear underneath. These repunched mint marks are highly prized by collectors because they represent the human element in coin production, a tangible connection to the artistry and craftsmanship of the mint. Double die errors also make 1958 pennies highly collectible. Doubling can occur on the date, Liberty, or "In God We Trust," caused by a misalignment during the die creation process. Dramatic double dies are instantly recognizable and can turn a standard penny into a sought-after collectible worth significantly more than face value. Even subtle doubling is interesting to numismatists, as it tells a story about the minting process and the care that went into producing millions of coins. Other minting errors further enhance the appeal of 1958 pennies. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet shifts before being struck, leaving part of the design missing. Clipped planchets happen when the blank is improperly cut, creating smooth, curved, or angled missing sections. Lamination errors, die cracks, and cuds also appear on some 1958 pennies. Lamination errors create peeling or flaking on the surface due to impurities in the copper, while die cracks and cuds produce raised lines or blobs from a damaged die. Each of these errors is unique, giving collectors a one-of-a-kind piece that tells a story about the production process over 60 years ago. Condition plays a major role in value. Many 1958 pennies were circulated heavily, losing their original luster and showing wear on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks. However, some examples survived in brilliant mint-state red condition, retaining their original copper glow and sharp details. These mint-state red pennies are highly prized because they preserve the coin as it appeared when it left the mint. Collectors value these coins not only for their rarity but also for their aesthetic appeal, as a perfectly preserved 1958 penny is a stunning piece of history in miniature form. The historical significance of the 1958 penny also adds to its appeal. Each coin has passed through the hands of ordinary Americans, soldiers, students, shopkeepers, and families, witnessing daily life while quietly circulating through the economy. It is a tangible connection to a time when small coins mattered, when saving a few pennies in a jar could be a meaningful act, and when craftsmanship in minting produced thousands of slightly different, yet perfectly formed, coins that if you have a 1958 penny, it is worth examining carefully. Hidden repunched mint marks, double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and mint-state red survivors can turn an ordinary coin into a remarkable find. That is why we always encourage viewers to comment below with your coins. Share dates, mint marks, or photos, and our channel will help you identify rare or valuable pieces. Discovering a hidden treasure in your collection is part of the excitement of coin collecting. Now, let's discuss the market value. Ordinary circulated 1958 pennies typically sell for only a few cents to a couple of dollars depending on condition. However, rare repunched mint marks, double dies, off-center strikes, and high-grade mint state red examples have sold at auctions for more than $1,500 in words. Comment below with your coins so our channel can help you identify them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment, and don't forget to like the video to support our work and help collectors uncover the incredible stories hidden in America's coins.